Yo guys, what is up? Card Shuffler 99 here today. Adam has a pretty cool trick for you guys today. And Adam?
Let's get to it. So it's a very quick trick, very simple trick, but I'm going to try to use my mind to influence your dumbass. How's that sound?
Awesome.
Sounds great. So, I'm going to ask you some fast-paced questions. You have to answer them as fast as you can. You ready?
Yeah.
Left or right?
Left.
Up or down?
Up.
Odd or even?
Even.
Okay.
Wow.
Very nice.
Guys, don't forget to hit that notification button, and we do have a bunch of small contests, so...
Why are you doing this during my trick? Get out of here, bitch. Alright, whatever. Anyway.
Adam, we're not going to censor that.
Yeah, no, we're not. I know we're not.
Adam's just a straight savage.
We all know that. Relax. Alright, Robert. You said even.
Yeah.
Okay? I want you to think of a random even number.
Can it be, like, big or small, or...
Well, between 1 and 10. Let's go even number between 1 and 10.
Alright.
You got it?
Yep.
Alright, see, I have a list here of, it's just in my notes section, a list of a bunch of different body parts. And I want you to look at the body part that corresponds with your number. Okay, so go ahead and look at it.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep.
Alright. And again, I can show, you know, Robert's friends and everything that all of them are completely different. They are completely different. And that's all we really needed. So, you can see here I had a prediction since the beginning, and you could have picked odd or even, right? I mean, the left or right, up and down didn't really matter. That was just to get you warmed up. But you could have picked odd or even, and you could have picked any number you wanted.
Yep.
What was the number you selected?
8.
8. And what was the name, or not the name, what was the body part that went along with it?
Nasal cavity.
Nasal cavity. See, I had a prediction here since the beginning. Go inside this piece of paper. And you can see I predicted. Back. Is that it? Nope.
Nasal cavity. Nasal cavity. Nasal cavity.
Oh, wait. This actually means I wrote it on the back.
Ah!
Nasal cavity.
Alright, let's get to it.
Alright. That's the trick, guys. And yes, it says nasal cavity if you can't read it. Boom. Nasal cavity. Okay. Now it's time to learn how this trick is done. Very nice trick here. So, what you're going to need... I learned it from Scam School. However, this is my spin on it. They use celebrities. I like the idea of doing this. I think their method was a little stupid, but whatever. Anyway.
He still loves Scam School.
What you're going to do is you're going to start with a piece of paper here. I just wrote back, and the reason I like to use body parts is because you can write back here, because back is a body part, and at the same time you can say, oh wait, I'm not trying to imply back, I'm trying to imply I wrote it on the back, right?
Because on the list.
And I love that feeling when, you know, the magician is like kind of wrong, and the spectator thinks the magician's wrong, and then they put some spin on it. So I love that. So, what I did here was I wrote back, and then you can use any body part you want. In this case, I used freaking nasal cavity, which I don't even know what that is. But, come around here. So, that's all you need. That's your setup. Just put that. You don't have to use nasal cavity. And then I like to just put this inside like an envelope or something like that. And anyway, I'm going to come around here. You can see in my notes section, I have a list here of... Ooh, let's get this to focus here. Alright, there. I have a list of different body parts, and they look pretty nice, right? However, right underneath, I have another list, and if you look really closely, all the even numbers say nasal cavity. So, that's what you're going to need to do. Whatever body part you pick, you're going to need one in your notes section. Just go ahead and type this. There's a bunch of random ones, and go for the longer ones. You can use exactly what I use here, but use the longer ones because, you want them to blend in. Now, this here, the reason this works, what I do is I go up to them and I say, if they said even, you're going to come to this list. If you notice here, I actually have 2 different lists. This is another one. This is on a separate note. Same list here, but down here, all the odd ones say nasal cavity, right? So I have 2 different notes here that say it. So this is for even. So let's say they said even. You're going to pull up this list. If they said odd, we're going to pull up the other list.
That's why you asked them the question, even or odd.
So you know which one to pull up, essentially, right? So let's say they go even. Let's just go even, right? you're going to scroll down. So you're going to start here, okay? And basically you're going to say, all right, think of one even number between 1 and 10. And basically what you do, this always works, okay? I didn't really trust this at first under Scam School. And then I tested on Robert. I didn't even tell him what I was doing. I told him to look at one even number. And
it worked.
It worked. Like, he didn't notice that all the even ones said nasal cavity. Because when you say, think of an even number, they're just looking for that number. And all the ones surrounding it are going to be different. So, to their brain, they're going to be thinking, oh, this is something different, right? But anyway, that's really all you need. And then after that, you can easily, just with a simple motion just like that, you just scroll it back up, and all of these are different. And then you can show their friends. You don't want to show the same person because the numbers aren't going to match because they picked a random number. So, you show this to the first person, say, look at the number. They know exactly what the body part is. Show their friends that they're all different, and the friends can confirm they're all different. Once again, you have a separate note if they said even, or if they said odd. Very simple, right? And again, use the longer ones, or the longer body parts, because it kind of blends the nasal cavity in a little bit better. After that, trick's all set up. You open this up, you say, hey, back. Oh, it's not the back. I wrote it on the back. Nasal cavity. Very simple trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is Card Jeffler 99. Peace.